Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the English Go podcast, the place where you can improve your English through simple conversations, real-life topics, and easy listening practice. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ryan. Hey everyone, it's great to have you back with us today.
How was your weekend? You look a little tired, honestly.
Is it that obvious? I stayed up way too late watching a movie, and now I'm running on coffee and pure willpower.
That sounds like most of my Mondays. What about you? Did you at least have fun?
I did. Though speaking of my week, someone at the front desk mentioned I might have lost my badge again this morning.
Ryan, this is the third time this month.
In my defense, that badge is very small, and my pockets are surprisingly deep. I'm basically building a collection of temporary visitor badges at this point.
Well, since we're already talking about work, that actually connects perfectly to today's episode.
Oh, nice. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're helping you talk about your job in English. So if someone asks, "What do you do?" or "Where do you work?" by the end of this episode, you'll know how to answer with confidence.
This is such a useful topic because almost everyone gets asked this question. At parties, at the doctor's office, even on airplanes.
It comes up more than people realize. And if you're new here, we're Emma and Ryan. And every week, we help you practice real, natural English through conversations just like this one.
So if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell us where you're listening from. It really helps us keep making these episodes.
All right, let's jump into it. Ryan, if a stranger asked you right now, "What do you do?" what would you say?
I'd probably say, I work as a podcast host. Most days I just say, I help people learn English because it's faster to explain.
That's a good way to put it. There are actually a few different ways to talk about your job, and people mix them up all the time.
Like saying work in instead of work as?
Right. Those little words matter more than people think. Can I be honest? When I was learning French a few years ago, I used to mix up prepositions constantly.
So it happens in every language, apparently.
Pretty much every one. It made me a lot more patient with my own students, honestly.
Same here, actually. I once tried to order food in Italian and somehow asked the waiter to marry me instead of asking for the bill.
That's a bold way to end a meal.
That's a nice way to look at it. All right, let's get into today's expressions, because there's a simple system here once you understand it.
I like a system. Let's start with the basics. In English, we usually don't say, "My work is a teacher."
Right, work and job aren't exactly the same, even though people use them like they are.
Good place to start. Job is something you can count. You can say, "a job," "two jobs," or "my job." Work usually isn't counted the same way.
Right, you wouldn't say, I have a work. You'd say, I have a job, or I have work to do. That mix-up trips people up constantly.
Good rule to remember. Now here's the part that gets a lot of learners. 3 little words that change everything. As, in, and for.
Let's break it down. I work as a nurse. That tells us your job title.
I work in healthcare. That tells us your industry or your field.
And I work for the city hospital. That tells us your company or your employer.
So if someone asks where you work, you might say, "I work for a hospital." That's usually about the company.
And if they ask what you do, you'd probably say, I work as a nurse. Try it yourself right now. Think about your own job and finish these out loud. I work as, I work in, I work for.
Take your time with that. It feels a little strange at first, but it gets easier fast. Ryan, tell everyone one of your work stories. You've got some good ones.
Okay, fine. So back in high school, my very first job was working the counter at a small bakery near my house.
A bakery sounds like a pretty sweet first job, honestly.
It was, until my first week, when a customer asked for a dozen plain bagels, and I somehow gave her a dozen raisin bagels instead.
How does that even happen?
I have no idea. She came back about 10 minutes later holding the bag and said, I think there's been a small mistake here.
I would have wanted to disappear completely.
I apologized about 5 times. After that, my coworker Maria sat down and taught me the entire menu in one afternoon, so it would never happen again.
See, that's what a good coworker does. Saves you from future embarrassment.
It really is. If you get along with the people around you, work feels completely different.
I had a coworker once who brought snacks for the entire office every single Friday. Absolute hero status.
Everyone remembers the good coworkers.
And the bad ones too, unfortunately. But we'll save that story for another day.
Fair enough. Let's actually slow down here, because coworker is one of the words we really want you to remember from today. A coworker is someone who works with you at the same company. Not your boss, not a customer, just someone on your team.
You'll hear people say things like, "My coworker helped me with this," or "I had lunch with a coworker today." Simple, useful, and you'll use it constantly.
Word number 2. This one's for anyone who doesn't work a totally normal schedule.
Ooh, let's explain that phrase too. 9 to 5 describes a typical daytime job, usually starting around 9 in the morning and ending around 5 in the evening.
Like a standard office job with regular hours. But a lot of jobs don't follow that pattern at all, which brings us to the word shift.
A shift is a block of time you work. A morning shift, a night shift, or even a weekend shift.
I worked night shifts at a hospital cafeteria one summer, and I still don't fully trust myself before 10 a.m.
Night shifts will absolutely do that to you. I worked an early morning shift at a flower shop once, waking up at 4 a.m. to prepare deliveries.
4 a.m.? How did you even survive that?
Barely, and a lot of coffee. But it taught me how valuable a day off really is.
Perfect timing, because that's our next word. A day off is simply a day when you don't have to work.
You'll hear people say, "I have Tuesday off this week," or "What are you doing on your day off?" Such a simple phrase, but incredibly useful.
Speaking of coworkers, here's another one. If you're responsible for a team or a project, you're in charge of it.
So if your boss says, "You're in charge of the new project," that means it's your job to manage it.
I was in charge of the coffee machine at my old office, and let me tell you, that's more stressful than it sounds.
The coffee machine responsibility is very real. People take their coffee seriously.
Deadly serious. Last one for now. This word describes how well you work with the people around you. Get along with.
If you get along with your coworkers, that means you have a good relationship with them. No drama, no conflict, just a solid team.
You could say, "I really get along with my team," or "I don't get along with my new manager." Hopefully it's the first one for most of you listening.
Hopefully. Let's count what we've got so far. Coworker, 9 to 5, shift, day off, in charge of, and get along with. 6 useful words, all from one conversation. Not bad at all.
If you're enjoying today's conversation, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to English Go Podcast.
And tell us in the comments where you're listening from today.
Your turn now, Emma. Tell everyone about the time you mixed up your shift schedule. I've heard this one, and it's a classic.
Oh no, not this story.
Yes, this story. Come on, they'll love it.
All right. So this was back when I worked at a movie theater during college. I was checking my schedule really quickly on my phone one morning, and I misread Thursday as my day off.
Uh-oh.
I slept in, did absolutely nothing productive, and around 6 in the evening, my manager called and said, "Where are you? Your shift started 3 hours ago."
No.
Yes. I checked the schedule again, and sure enough, Thursday was my shift, and Friday was my day off. I had read the whole thing backwards.
How did you even manage that?
Honestly, I still have no idea. I got dressed in about 90 seconds and drove there so fast I probably shouldn't say how fast out loud.
Please tell me your manager wasn't too upset.
She was pretty understanding, actually. She just said, "Maybe write your schedule down next time," which, fair enough.
That's honestly good advice, not just for work schedules.
Ever since then, I double-check everything. Twice.
A very expensive lesson in the word shift.
The most expensive lesson of my life. And all I really lost was a nap.
That's one way to look at it. Time for your turn now, everyone listening. This next part is for you, so don't be shy.
This is honestly my favorite part. First question, what do you do for work? Try answering out loud using I work as, I work in, or I work for.
Take a second, say it clearly, and don't worry about mistakes. That's how we all learn. Second question, do you work a 9 to 5 schedule, or do you work shifts?
Say it out loud. I work a 9 to 5, or I work night shifts. Whatever's true for you. I like this one.
Third question, think about a coworker you get along with really well. Try saying, I get along with my coworker because, and finish the sentence.
Take your time with that one. It's a great way to practice explaining your reasons. Fourth question, how would you ask a friend about their day off?
Try saying it out loud, right now. Something like, what are you doing on your day off? Say that a couple of times until it feels natural.
Fifth one, are you in charge of anything at your job? A project, a team, even something small? Say it with me. I'm in charge of, and fill in the blank.
And finally, number 6. If someone asked you right now, what do you do? Answer them in one full sentence, out loud, right now.
Don't just think it, actually say it. Your mouth needs the practice just as much as your brain does.
Seriously, I'm proud of you for trying that. Speaking out loud is the hardest part, and you just did it.
So let's talk about a few mistakes we hear a lot from English learners on this exact topic.
The first one, we actually already touched on earlier. People often say, I have a work instead of I have a job.
Right. Work usually isn't countable like that. You'd say, I have a job or I have a lot of work to do this week. Small difference, but native speakers notice right away.
Second mistake. This one's sneaky because the words look so similar. People confuse colleague and college.
Oh, this one's incredibly common. Colleague means coworker, someone you work with. College is a school where you study after high school.
So if you say, I met my college at the meeting today, that sounds a little strange. You'd want to say, I met my colleague at the meeting today.
One letter difference, completely different meaning.
Sneaky little words. Mistake number 3. This one's about feelings at work. People often mix up bored and boring.
If your job isn't interesting, the job itself is boring. You, the person, feel bored. So you'd say, my job is boring, not my job is bored.
And you'd say, I feel bored at work, not I feel boring at work. Unless you really mean that one, I guess.
Let's hope nobody actually means that.
A small ending changes everything. Ing for the thing causing the feeling, ed for the person feeling it.
That pattern actually works for a lot of feelings, not just this one. But that might be a topic for another episode.
Let's put all of this into a real situation then. Emma, why don't you play a coworker and I'll be the new guy on his very first day?
Perfect. I've genuinely been preparing for this role my whole life. Okay, let's do this. Hi there, you must be the new hire. I'm Jess from marketing.
Hi Jess, nice to meet you. I'm Alex. I actually just started today.
Welcome. First day nerves?
A little, yeah. Still trying to figure out where the coffee machine is, if I'm being honest.
Don't worry. Everyone asks that within the first hour. It's by the big windows, past the printers.
Lifesaver, thank you. So, what do you do here exactly?
I work in marketing, mostly social media and ads. What about you? What will you be doing?
I work in IT.
Sorry, you work in what?
IT, information technology.
Oh, I thought you said I work in it, like in general, like everything here.
No, though honestly, some days it does feel like I'm in charge of everything.
That makes way more sense now. So you're the one who fixes computers when they crash?
That's part of it, yeah. I'm also kind of in charge of the whole email system, which honestly terrifies me some mornings.
I believe it. Our email went down for 2 hours last month, and half the office nearly had a meltdown.
That might have actually been my first week here. I'm still recovering from that one.
Well, welcome to the team, I guess.
Thanks. So, what's the schedule usually like around here? Is everyone on a 9 to 5, or does it depend on the department?
Depends on the department, honestly. Marketing is mostly 9 to 5, but the support team works shifts, since someone needs to be available late too.
Got it. Good to know. I heard IT sometimes gets called in outside regular hours too.
Probably, yeah. But you'll get used to it fast. Everyone here gets along pretty well, which really helps.
That's good to hear. I was a little nervous about that part, honestly.
Don't be. We're a pretty relaxed group. Just don't touch Daniel's coffee mug. That's the one rule nobody breaks.
Noted. I'll stay far away from Daniel's mug.
Smart move. So, do you know when your first day off is yet?
Not yet. I think I get to pick once I'm fully settled in. Probably in a couple of weeks.
Nice. Well, if you ever need anything, my desk is right by the big plant near the window.
I'll remember that. Thanks for showing me around, Jess.
Anytime, Alex. Welcome to the team.
Okay, that actually felt pretty real.
Right? That's basically how every first day conversation goes.
Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip you can use starting today.
I really like today's tip. It's simple. Every day, practice saying one sentence about your job out loud.
Just one sentence, like, I work as a graphic designer, or I work in customer service.
Say it in the morning, say it in the shower, say it while you're making coffee. It really doesn't matter where.
The point is repetition. The more your mouth practices the sentence, the easier it becomes when someone actually asks you.
You could even record yourself on your phone and listen back after a week. You'll notice a real difference.
Such a simple habit, but it genuinely works.
And if you ever feel a little embarrassed trying, just remember, every single person listening today used to be a total beginner too.
All of us, no exceptions at all.
Let's do a quick recap before we go.
Today we talked about how to describe your job using work as, work in, and work for.
We also picked up some great words. Coworker, 9 to 5, shift, day off, in charge of, and get along with.
And we cleared up a few common mix-ups too. Job versus work, colleague versus college, and bored versus boring.
Plus, you got to practice speaking out loud, which honestly might be the most important part of all.
It really is. Confidence comes from practice, not from waiting until you feel ready.
So the next time someone asks, "What do you do?" you'll have a real answer ready, along with a few extra words to keep the conversation going.
Keep talking about your day, your job, your coworkers, even if it's just to yourself at home.
Every sentence you say out loud is progress, even the messy ones.
Especially the messy ones, honestly. That's how all of us started. Oh, and Emma, before we go, has anyone found my badge yet?
Not that I've heard. At this point, maybe just get it laminated to your forehead.
Honestly, that might actually be safer at this point.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep improving every day.
We'll see you in the next episode of English Go Podcast.
Take care and happy learning.